start. Can only really tell when the live stream starts. Oh, it's starting immediately. Who knows? Whenever it starts up, that's when I'll start talking. Man, I went down to 62 subs. That is. I need to start uploading more. Told myself I would. Told myself I would start uploading more. Is that a thing on my glasses or? Okay, it was something on it. Alright, looks like it's working. And my glasses are somewhat clean. Hello everybody, my name is Ninja Wolf, and today I'm going to be building a little bit. Kinda wish I could, you know, do the thing, like play music in the background while I do it, but unfortunately, YouTube copyright and a lot of other things making it so I cannot. What the? Cool. So unfortunately, I can't play music while I stream. But so basically, as you can read by the title, I'm just gonna be ranting about Seven Deadly Sins. It's been a while since I've actually watched it, but I've been watching some YouTube clips and it's been getting me so hyped for it again. And I just love the anime. It's such a good anime. So I haven't done anything to this ever since the last time I built here, mainly because I'm lazy. But I do have a couple ideas for down here. I have couple ideas. Nobody really watched the other one, so I'm not sure if anyone's gonna watch this one, but who knows. So they also updated the game and they added barrels and desync smokers, which are faster furnaces or faster cooking at least, and blast furnaces, which, to my best knowledge, is what Christian said, which is a faster way to smelt ores. I believe I'll have to read it. But yeah, see, smell and cook. And then he said these aren't working yet, so I'm not gonna question them. Or not, maybe the smithing table is. I don't know. We'll check out the smithing table. So basically, I actually do want to rant about. Oh, cannot. Can I go on this? Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like it's working yet, so I'm not gonna question it. Let's see if things are. Yep, things are working. Okay. So I was watching a little bit of the Seven Deadly Sins YouTube, and I was so hyped for it because I'm not sure when the new season's coming out, but I want it to come out soon because I miss it so bad. Like, it is such a good anime. And I know there's people out there who are like, oh, no, it's not. No, you probably didn't give it a chance. It is a good anime, in my opinion. So, I was rewatching it. You know, I need to stop repeating myself. I was rewatching it, and frankly, I looked at it and I'm like, holy shit! I forgot how overpowered Meliodas is. Like, and the pure fact of it is, you can't say he's overpowered. And that is one of the weirdest things you can actually say about an anime, is that there's a character who is extremely overpowered, and yet you cannot say he's overpowered. Which is weird in a sense, but I love that. I love the idea that you cannot frankly say that Meliodas is overpowered, because Meliodas really isn't in the long term of things, and it's revealed pretty early on that he is not the strongest even on his own team. Which, when you see Meliodas actually in action, that is really surprising, because he's here, he can kick some serious ass, and yet he openly admits that someone else on the team is stronger. So, in my opinion, that is really weird, you know? Because the first thing we actually see him do is somebody who literally just cut down an entire forest, and if you get into the season, Of course, there's going to be spoilers if you haven't seen it. Just don't watch this if you haven't seen it. So you see this guy just cut down like an entire small forest. I'm not going to say it's a big forest because it was like only on top of a small hill. Or not a hill in a sense, like half a mountain would be it. On a plateau. He cut down to like a small forest in a plateau, and like Elizabeth is there. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to give myself up because why not? And Meliodas stops it, and she's like, but I don't even know your name. Sorry guys, Dad came in. He wanted to know where because I took his heating pad for my back. My back's hurting a bit. But basically, this guy cuts down the entire forest, and Meliodas just kind of one-shots him. Is literally him, basically one-shotting somebody. And I just love his special ability. I'm not sure if they're called abilities. I forget if they're called abilities or not. But his special is like literally just know you. Know you. And I know it's the same thing with his brother. His brother has know you, but for physical attacks, and Meliodas has know you, but for special, or not special, magic attacks. So I just found that hilarious in a sense, because I'm not gonna use that again, probably, because it's just got funny in a sense, because Meliodas, a person we literally just got introduced to, just owned the hell out of somebody, and then we get later told he's not even the strongest. I don't know about you, but that is definitely a way to start an anime. And then it kind of goes on. It's like, oh, gotta go find the other people, and I'll be going down to people in a little bit. I'll go in the order that they were found. Can I put that there? No, I cannot. Oh no. Wait. Say 7 early since season 3 will come. Also, have you read the manga? I don't want. Okay. This is Ryan, right? This is Ryan or Cursed, because I know it's one of you two, and I honestly can't remember whose account this is. No, it's a popsicle. That doesn't help! Okay. So, in my personal opinion, Ryan or Cursed, I don't like reading the manga. I like waiting for the anime to come out. Because I think One Piece is the main reason for this. I don't like reading the manga because One Piece, they made everything a little bit better in the anime. Like, the fight with Katakuri in the anime. So Christian. So, like in One Piece, they made like all the battle scenes. They made it a lot cooler in the anime. So, I kind of taken it upon myself. Like, I'm not gonna read the manga because I don't want to be spoiled when the anime episode comes out. Because in the manga, the fight with Luffy and Katakuri, apparently he got one punched by Snake Man. Okay, it's Ryan. I could tell because Christian would never put kissy faces. It's apparently when Snake Man was introduced in the manga for One Piece, he completely one-shotted Katakuri, but in the anime, it was like a huge battle scene. You know, it was just a lot better in a sense, and they kind of over-exaggerated it because it's an anime instead of the. It's an anime instead of the actual thing, you know? Like the manga. So that's kind of the only reason why I do not go for the manga is just mainly I want to wait for the anime and wait for the better scene, like the animations that come with it, which I know might not be the best reason, but it's just personally how I feel. And can you please explain the sate you put in the beginning? Because I have this sate 7 Deadly Sins season 3 will come also have, and technically season 3 has already came because season 2 was literally yeah. So technically season 3 is already out because season 2 was only 4 episodes long, I believe. So technically it's already out, but I don't want to consider it because who wants to consider the 4 episodes that it was as a season? Like, if something just comes up and it's one of your favorites out there and it is only 4 episodes, I don't think that should be considered a season. But anyways. Anyways. Is there actually any information about it coming out, like, season 3? Or season 4? Because I cannot wait for it. Like, it's gonna be so hyped to me. Oh, they changed beacons. That actually looks a lot more clean, I like it. I think I should just put a... Needs to be something wooden here, like the cartography table. No, there's a cartography table right there. So, I'm assuming Ryan's just gone. I'm assuming Ryan's just left the building right here. So, nah, because it's not big enough to fill. I mean, if I fill up this gap here, it wouldn't matter. Ah, damn it. That. So, oh, the sate thing is actually pronounced satay, and that is the Japanese Meliodas. Oh. Yeah, you see... Wait, did I watch it in sub or dub? I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure I watched it in sub, but I may have watched it in dub because it was on Netflix, and it automatically does it in dub for me, even though it shouldn't. Like, I did not set it up to be like that. But I'm not entirely sure if I watched it in sub or in dub. So I mean, I don't like watching things in dub. Like, I'm one of those people who likes listening to it in sub, so please, if I accidentally did it, don't get mad. But gosh darn, Ryan, you got me on a tangent. So, what was I going? Oh yeah, so actually, Ryan, who is your favorite character? Like, who is your favorite character in 7 Deadly Sins? I don't know. I liked how they added the campfire. It looks so nice for no reason whatsoever. It's just there. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna put a loom. I don't know what this loom is, but I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna have this go around like that. I'll check it actually later, Ryan. I'll check and see if it's in sub or dub later, because I'm pretty sure it should have been sub, but I've been watching like the dub things on YouTube, so. Oh damn! What the hell's here? It's pushing me back. I don't know. So, who's your favorite character, Ryan? Also, my favorite character is... So, you're one of those basics, because Escanor is such an amazing character. But yeah, I'll stay streaming, don't worry. I'm gonna stream for probably like an hour because I need content. But yeah. Personally, I love Escanor. Escanor is such a... They did overpowered right with Escanor. Because I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that Escanor is extremely OP. And I love that about Escanor so much. Is that no one can deny that he's overpowered, but he's one of those characters that know that he is. He knows he's overpowered, and he legit gives no shits that he's overpowered. He's like, yeah, so I'm overpowered. What's wrong with that? Because I'm Lord Escanor. But personally, my favorite character is... Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. So I'm going to go over the characters one by one, in my sense, that I want to talk about them as I go. So I'm going to talk about it at... starting now with... So Meliodas. As everyone knows, Meliodas is the sin of wrath. The dragon sin of wrath. My apologies. I'm going to mention all those as I go. So he's a dragon sin because actually it was never really explained why they got to certain animal. Like, it might be explained in the manga, but it's never really explained why they, like, Meliodas is the dragon sin of wrath, even though I guess dragons are considered wrath. Even though most dragons, like in animes and cartoons I've seen, have been about peace, which is kind of weird. Like in Avatar, the two dragons left in the world, they're not there to destroy, they're kind of there just to teach at the point they are. And even in Korra, Zuko was riding a dragon, so it's kind of hard to tell if... Yeah, what's that? Let's put a smoker. I already put a smoker. Let's put that loom. And get rid of this loom. I don't like that loom there. Replace it with the barrel. I like the barrel. I love the barrel's design in this. Even though it's kind of a little basic for this design, it is so good. I'm gonna put that there instead. So Meliodas is the dragon sin of wrath, and like I said, I have no idea why he's considered the dragon's. I hope they explain that, like, one day, just like, oh, yeah, he's a dragon sin of wrath because the amount of people he accidentally killed. Like, I honestly wouldn't even mind that. As long as it's kind of explained and it kind of makes sense. Because if it just comes out of nowhere saying, oh, yeah, he's the dragon sin of wrath because... Why isn't he? Why wouldn't he be? Then I probably wouldn't enjoy that as much because... He's the dragon sin of wrath. He's the leader of the team, which I think is the only reason it's not Escanor, is because Escanor is too prideful in the long run. That's 100% the only reason why I think Escanor is not the leader. I probably made someone trigger. What did I put there? You know what's gonna be this instead. So I don't like that. It's too light now. What was there? What was there? I might just do this instead. No, it's too little now. Fuck, what was there? Cartography. No, it needs to be later. You know, it's gonna be a basic crafting bench. So, actually, no, it needs to cover it. It needs to. I'm gonna put that back so then nothing spawns under there like a baby zombie. Okay. So you have Meliodas. He's He's a sin of I almost said the sin of pride. He is the sin of wrath. And if you don't know the backstory, this is where like all the spoilers are going to probably be. He is considered the sin of, or the dragon sin of wrath, because he killed an entire city out of pure and utter rage of losing his love. He was I'm not sure if they tried him, because it kind of just looks like he walked out with a baby, which... This is one of my least favorite parts of the show, is he walked out with the baby and literally said, "She's mine." Or something along those lines. I'm not sure, like, word to word what he said, but I'm pretty sure he basically walked out saying, "She's mine. Don't touch her." Which, to anyone just coming into that, that's a little weird. I'll put this there instead. Oh wait, wrong one. Because it looks too... That's what I was thinking. Like, I just knew it was starting to look a little fishy, but... What? Does this not? It does. Why? There it goes. It just kind of looks a little fishy when he comes out with literally a baby and just proclaims that. And then if you don't know, the love of his life was named Liz. The baby was Liz rebirthed, I guess would be the correct term. Liz was rebirthed as Elizabeth, to which Meliodas legitimately is absolutely perverted to in the anime, which I love. Like, I hate the idea that he's a little perverted, but I love the idea he's a little perverted, because it just makes his character so much better for some reason. I love it. So Meliodas is legitimately there, just peeking away at the princess of the kingdom, and nobody gives a shit because it's Meliodas. And that is like the greatest thing to me for some reason. I do not know why. That legitimately looks like it fits there. I love it. Okay. So then you have Meliodas. He's kind of just sitting there now. He's because the king had a vision, and if you watch the anime, then you know the king's visions tend to come true. The king had a vision that that Elizabeth would become his daughter, to which Meliodas said, "Sure, why not? But I want to be part of the royal brigade, and I want to keep watching her." Which, again, if you didn't know anything about the whole reincarnate thing, you would just think Meliodas is a creep. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, you would just think he's a creep. And to get the job, he beat the current, I guess, head? Would head be the correct term? He beat the... not even beat would be the right term. He just kind of showed off to the... I guess lead security? Or lead knight? I forget the term to use, so my apologies on that. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've actually watched it. So he kind of shows off to him like, "Oh, look, I'm strong. Put me as a..." What do they call them? I'm gonna look this up real fast. Because I know it's like a special name. Okay. Holy Knights. He was the leader of the Holy or he was the the head of the Holy Knights. He basically showed off to him, and he agreed, and Meliodas got the job of being the protector of Princess Elizabeth. I want this to be a little bit out. And then just like that. Okay. So Meliodas is now here. He has the leading job as the... He has the leading job of taking care of Elizabeth. He did that when he was younger, which... again, you have no idea. It just seems so creepy. That's like a lot of Meliodas. If you didn't know his past and you didn't know about all this, it just looks absolutely creepy to anyone else. So Meliodas is now taking care of Elizabeth. Elizabeth is kind of sitting there as a young toddler. A young toddler. And he's like, oh, yay, Meliodas, I love you, yay! Like I said, there's a reason why I love this anime. It's because it's so out there. So basically, after that, Meliodas had to put the king had another vision. The vision said that Meliodas was going to create a team of 7 sins. And Meliodas, I guess, being the perfect candidate because it was kind of known he destroyed an entire city, was kind of the perfect candidate to be the leader and be considered the dragon sin of wrath. Like, I'm not sure if it was in the vision, like, oh, whoever is the leader has to be the dragon sin. Nah, I think that's just too much. I'm gonna put out just an oak like that. I think that's like the perfect amount right there. Yeah, that's better. So Meliodas is now the leader, and he's the person who's supposed to make this team. And I think the first person he recruited was actually Merlin onto that team, but I'm not gonna get into that just yet because I'm gonna talk about the order of how the anime portrayed them instead of how they were the order they were recruited in, because I honestly do not know the order they're recruited in, because in some flashbacks there's Meliodas and some other people, and then in other flashbacks there's others. So I'm gonna go in the order that it shows each of them individually instead of the order that is just shown in the anime. Did someone join the world? No, we're good. Or not the order that Meliodas recruited them. So I guess I'm gonna start from there. I'm gonna kind of sway off Meliodas because there's more I want to talk about Meliodas later, but don't want to exhaust you over it. Because the last thing I want to do is just like, oh, Meliodas, he has such a big penis. I mean, what? So basically, that's Meliodas in a nutshell. I use so many furnaces. What else is here? What else? I mean, I could put a jukebox. I'll put one jukebox because I want to listen to that box. So, as you know, Elizabeth went on her journey to find the 7 deadly sins because the Holy Knights are taking over the kingdom, and she's looking for them. So then she's like, "Oh, I need Meliodas and the entire 7 deadly sins to save the kingdom because they did it once before. They can do it again." And Meliodas is like, wow, you're looking for me. Remember me, so I'm just gonna wait until it's needed before I tell you legitimately anything. And wait, he did, because apparently telling the princess of the entire kingdom was like that you are the person that she is seeking is not on top of his priority list. So then the whole thing with Meliodas completely one-shots the guy who destroyed the entire forest, which honestly that was the scene I just watched and it was so great, and decided that he was gonna go with hello, he was gonna go with I can't remember if it's Hog. I'm pretty sure the name of the pig is Hog or Hawk. I know it's one of the two. Like, I'm not sure if it's Hawk out of a cruel joke or Hog because she's a hog. But then, Meliodas goes on the journey to find the other deadly sins because, frankly, he wanted to find them to see how they were. To see how they were and just, like, yeah, my friends. Yeah, I got them. I know. The big pig that could fly. That's Hawk's mom. I just love Hawk's mom and the way that she just kind of doesn't give a shit. Like, oh, Yeah, you're friends with my daughter. Or is Hawk a boy or girl? I want to say a girl because of the voice. But at the same time, you just can never know. And I don't want to assume the gender here. Like, just be like, hey, Hawk is a female. Really? Huh. Well then. I look like a dick. Invite you to a party or to the game? Because I'm just building here, you know, on my own world. And I don't have a party open. Okay, I'll invite you to the party. I'll invite you to a party. Sorry guys, I'm gonna... This is Ryan, right? This is Ryan. Is it Ryan or... Is this Ryan or Christian? I'm gonna assume Ryan. Okay, Christian is not getting on Minecraft. So, I'm assuming... Okay, it's Ryan. Okay. Dear God. Okay. Fuck, I almost went on Overwatch. No. Dear God, Ryan.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
You know, good, yeah. Having a very, very good conversation about 7 Deadly Sins, I see.
Yes. Because I can't wait for the next season, and I'm legitimately just like... I just rewatched a couple of the scenes, and I'm like, I want to live stream anyway, so why not just rant about 7 Deadly Sins and play some Minecraft?
Totally get it.
You should start your own YouTube channel, Ryan.
Haha, that's funny.
Oh, did you hear that me and Jake aren't talking anymore? Guy's a dick.
Wait, Jake Firestar or Jake and Josh?
Jake and Josh.
Oh. Why is that?
Because apparently he can make fun of everyone else, but if we say anything bad about him, it's considered a crime.
Oh.
Like he's legitimately he was legitimately just sitting there telling like me and Christian that, oh, I can kick you from the world or from the clan right now and take complete credit for it. So, and then we go to Overwatch because he just got Overwatch, and we're like, oh yeah, you're not really doing that well. Well, fuck you. That's basically the entire thing.
Oh. Well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So, let's see, 7 Deadly Sins. I haven't. So I'm caught up on the manga, and I'm kind of like opposite of how you feel of manga versus anime. I prefer, like, it depends on the series. I like the manga.
It depends on the series. Yeah, definitely. I always told myself I want to read the manga, but I never get around to it, and then I just like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the anime anyway, because most of the time the anime is a little bit more like dramatic, and they try intensifying like everything.
Yeah, I just skip the whole first season of the manga, honestly. Like, I just start where season 2 picks off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But season 2 only has 4 episodes.
No, that's not a season. The 4 episodes, the Holy War thing, that is not a season. I do not know.
I do not accept it either.
Those are OVAs.
I do not accept it either. I say it at least has to be about 10 episodes to be a season. I say
13 episodes. That's what 13, 12, or 10. I don't know. Whatever.
I just use one. Like I'm lazy to actually look and see.
But yeah, if they do the next season. Oh, dude, there's some good parts in the manga that I cannot wait to see animated. They teased some of it at the end of season 2.
They did, and honestly,
Oh,
that is good writing because you need to. You know what? I should be putting. I should be putting this fucking. Where is that? Sea Liners. That's
also, the author of Seven Deadly Sins debated everyone.
How so?
Well, the manga. So I'll try and set this up. Basically, the manga had like its big climax or whatever, where everyone was fighting the big bad. I'm just gonna straight up say it. They were fighting the Demon King, the guy who was in purgatory or whatever. They were fighting him.
Aw.
And he just totally debated. It wrapped up. Everyone's like, "Yay, we did it!" And then like 5 chapters go by, and it's just like, what happened after? Like, okay, all right, so, hey, you're happy. Oh, you're getting together. Oh, that's cool. You're getting together. And the author just straight up released a chapter called "The Beginning of War," and we were like, "Oh shit!" And then
I think you're going a little bit too. No, because I do not want to be spoiled.
Because this is a big moment here.
Yeah, I would rather you not.
But something huge happens, and like it shocks everyone. And it's like, oh my god, this isn't over. Let's get back into it. And he had us going on for weeks. That, oh man, this is the end of Seven Deadly Sins. I'm so sad. I can't wait to see it go. And then, holy shit! Whoa, what the heck happened?
I feel like this conversation should never about. I'm kidding, but yeah, I'm only caught up. Where I am is where the anime left off, where
Meliodas beats the big purple guy.
Big purple guy.
I can't remember his name, so I'm gonna go crap.
No, when I can't remember. I think it's whenever I know Escanor they just took back the castle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where the anime left off. So that's where I left off. And I can't wait for it to come back.
Dude, honestly, Seven Deadly Sins, well, wow, such a good show, honestly.
So is My Hero Academia. Like, I have a couple friends who say they don't want to watch it.
Oh yeah, that's getting a new. That's getting another season.
Yeah, in about a month because it says it's coming out in August. I think it's either August or October. I might be wrong on it. You're looking it up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not looking it up, but it's the fall season.
Oh, so it's gonna be August probably.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and that's when the Seven Deadly Sins. Is it a movie?
There's already a movie for Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, if you look up fall season of 2019 anime, you'll see Seven Deadly Sins. Kamigami no Gekiren? I don't read Japanese.
Okay, Ryan, I think we should go over like every character of Seven Deadly Sins and just give our general opinion on the character.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go in order, so we should start with Meliodas. What do you think of Meliodas?
He's like your definition of cool till the end. Like, he's always chill about everything. You never know what he's gonna do, and since he's like so freaking like jokey and chill, you never know what he's thinking. Never know what he's gonna do until he does it, and then you're like, oh my gosh.
I mean, he did lose control at one point.
Yeah, he did. But that was because you hurt his bitch, and you don't hurt Meliodas' bitch.
Yeah. Unless you're Escanor, because Escanor can... Meliodas has openly said Escanor's stronger.
Well, that's...
During the day.
Depends on the time of day. It depends on the time of day.
Yeah. Okay, what about his backstory? Do you...
Backstory? Do I know it? I know his full backstory.
Oh, no, I know his full backstory also. I know his full backstory.
Oh, okay.
Like, what are your opinions on his backstory?
Kind of tragic. You know, I think it's I think it's cool. But it's kind of tragic too, because he,
Oh, obviously.
as he's going through life, killing angels, and then he realizes, oh, you know what? Maybe this isn't really the best. Maybe I'm not doing the best thing, and I think that's cool.
Okay. I kind of get that. He's like, oh yeah, I might be doing the wrong side, and then he went off and did his whole thing against them and all that. But then he kind of went to the human world, joined them and all that. And then I forget the name of the town. Do you remember the name of the town that he originally was in?
No.
Yeah.
The one that he blew up?
Yeah.
But remember, well, you gotta think, that was after, like, 50 or so Elizabeths were killed right in front of him. Because he's got the curse of infinite life.
50? I thought that was the first one.
No, dude, he's over 300, he's over 3,000?
I know he's over 3,000 years old, but
Elizabeth,
he was also,
Elizabeth has
whatchamacallit.
been...
But yeah, I thought it was because of, really old, because he was a demon who was already lived that long. Then he betrayed his father, to which the curse was put upon him, and the first person he got to feel the curse with was Liz.
Wait, are you saying the anime? Because remember, I've read the whole manga, so I know every...
In the manga, does it show multiple different girls in his back,
No, it's the same person. So, let's go over this.
I know, it's the same person like Incarnate.
Is his infinite life. He can never die, and if he dies, his emotions are taken from him. Elizabeth's curse is she will die at a certain age, and it will be in front of Meliodas. Every single time that she dies, it will be in front of Meliodas, so he can see.
But
and it's said in the manga that he's gone through this for a long time. He's over 3,000 years old, because the war was 3,000 years ago. So he's been going through life and seeing Elizabeth live and die in front of him 3,000 times. Well, not 3,000, but for 3,000 years. So, yeah. And where was I going with this?
That's weird, because in the
that Elizabeth's not the first one. Yeah, that was it.
That's weird
Elizabeth
then,
is
because
not
it was
the first
never
one.
really explained in the.
Well, that was later on in the manga. So,
in the manga I wouldn't doubt if it was explained, but in the anime it was never really explained. Because, then, dear God, that Liz must. Because in the anime it just looks like there was only one Liz.
Well, then remember there was the one. There was.
The only one it really showed was the red hair one,
and then the purple one and the pink-haired one in the big other town. Yeah.
Pink-haired one.
Because they haven't gone far enough into the manga to show that his whole backstory. We've been teased that he lives forever and. Well,
I wouldn't doubt if he lives forever.
I think he straight up said it. So.
I don't know.
He lives forever.
I just do not know. It has to be. It's just one of those things that has to be explained eventually.
Yeah, a little bit of exposition.
Okay.
And
so
I guess while we're at it, let's just go right to Elizabeth.
Yeah, I guess so. So, what are your thoughts on Elizabeth, then?
What are my thoughts? Well, I talked about Meliodas. What do you think about Elizabeth?
Okay. So, we're talking about. We're gonna start with Liz, the one before, and go into Elizabeth, or we're gonna just go straight into Elizabeth and
Elizabeth, because we don't know. We never.
Well, we kind of do, because we know a little bit, like she was part of the Holy Knights for the town that she was in with Meliodas and all that.
Well, yeah, but we really didn't get any of her character growth or personality. So honestly,
we got a tiny bit in the flashbacks Meliodas had in the episode where when he was trying to get his full power back and he had to try to overcome it. We got a little bit of how Liz act and a little bit of how she basically was.
Yep.
But if we're just not going to talk about her at all,
No,
I personally
don't think we should talk about her. Main characters only.
I heard an Enderman. So, the idea I got from Liz is that Liz is a person who, she generally cares about everyone. Like, she cares. She wants to try helping as many people as she can. She saw that her family and potentially her kingdom was in trouble, so she went out on a dangerous quest to go find Meliodas and everything. Which is pretty noble, you know. Try to save your kingdom. And the whole idea behind her is that she went out to do this, and she ended up finding Meliodas coincidentally. The first one, which isn't really that surprising, even though... Which is kind of weird that they know exactly where Bon is, but... Because he's in jail. But yet, she didn't try to go over there and get him out first. She's like, I gotta go find the others. You know what I mean? For that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I get it.
And then basically you have her, she finds Meliodas, and she just becomes the submissive character. Like, she's always going to be under Meliodas' wing. Because Meliodas has already promised to A, take care of her, but B, she doesn't try anything for basically the entire season, even though it was later on revealed that she is part goddess. Or god, or angel, whatever you want to consider it.
Yeah, because of her
curse. Yeah. Which is a little bit weird in a sense, because but this is what I kind of consider it. Also, because it's part of her curse that she is a goddess, does that mean that Meliodas, like the original Liz, was a goddess, and that the reason why
she was a descendant from the goddess clan?
Okay, so
she was part of the goddess clan.
Okay. Let me get something else out. Okay, so she was part of the original goddess clan. I don't like that. I'm trying to get things set up. So she was part of the original goddess clan. She went out. She decided to love Meliodas as he loved her, I guess, or whatever. How it goes. And now we're basically where we are today with it.
Well, then 3,000 years passed. Well, they tried to resist the Demon King and the Archangel or whatever.
And then they got cursed with this whole thing, which...
Because they lost. They absolutely got destroyed.
Which is kind of weird, because you would think Meliodas would be strong enough.
Yeah, he is strong, but the Demon King is just stronger.
Yeah. Until he just like meets Escanor and gets one-shotted. But no, I don't think that's how it's gonna be. But so my idea of Liz is that she is a submissive character who is supposed to like generally grow and become more confident as she progresses. And the idea of it is, we can already tell upon like the third season that she's growing these emotions for Meliodas, which is Meliodas had these feelings for her the entire time because he knew that Elizabeth was the incarnation of Liz. But that's where I talked about this before earlier in the live stream, that it kind of threw me off because to anyone who's just being introduced to this concept, it just kind of looks like Meliodas is a creep trying to basically say this baby is his lover.
Oh yeah.
So that was one of the few things that threw me off about it. But as like you understand the whole concept of it, it makes more sense and it becomes more of a tragic backstory, like you said. And I kind of just love the fact that Meliodas, no matter like, he knows Elizabeth, he knows that the incarnation and everything. He doesn't tell her, and basically
Well, not until later on, but
yeah, but basically doesn't like even care about it. He's like, yeah, we're supposed to be together. I'm gonna lift up your skirt.
it's legit to me.
Like the entire like beginning of the season was just him being perverted towards Elizabeth.
Oh yeah,
and I found that great. And it kind of just made it feel even better when you knew it was only going to be with Elizabeth, because he didn't do it to Diane. He didn't do it to anyone else, just Elizabeth. And at a certain point, as like the season progressed, like as the character grew also, she kind of just got used to it.
Oh yeah, by the freaking what was it? The end of season 3? Oh no, season 2. You're getting me confused, you jerk. By the end of season 2, she was just kind of like, oh.
Well, I think it was the end of season 1.
More
actually. He was getting used to it towards the end of season 1. Like she would only really become flustered if he did it completely surprisingly. Like out of nowhere in front of people.
Yeah.
I think that was the only point there where she got flustered, but yeah, my whole idea of her is that she's a good character. She's a good sport, obviously, and just seeing her character grow from that first episode where she could.
Have you seen the movie?
Sky Island?
Yep.
Yes.
Good boy.
To seeing her from like the first episode where she could barely be in a suit of armor because of heat stroke, and that she was willing to give herself up to save this guy she didn't even know. Like, oh yeah, I don't want to get you killed along with because of my troubles. I'm just gonna go turn myself in. And turns out, oh wait, this is the person I'm looking for. And to now where she's willing to risk her life for anyone. Like she's willing to die. Instead of just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this so you don't get hurt. It's just like one of those satisfying moments. Like it's character growth done right, you know?
Yeah, I can see it.
What are your thoughts?
Alright, who are we talking about next?
I thought you were going to talk about your thoughts on Elizabeth.
Was I going to talk about Elizabeth?
I mean,
yeah,
if you want to.
No, I agree with you. That's it. It's perfect. I love it.
Okay, so if we're going to go down... I mean, do you want to talk about Hawk or no?
Bon.
Well, if we're going down the list of where Meliodas got the people, then the next would be Diane. So, do you want to go to Diane or do you want to go to Bon?
Bon.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yes, I want to go first.
Okay.
Bon is by far the best character in all of.
Yes.
He holds up the whole series, and without Bon, the series would suck. The end.
I mean, okay. The first things first. Yes, I agree with that. But on the second things. Technically, we didn't know who Bon was in the first episode, and I got it in the first episode. So, I think Bon just added a perfect mix to it. Because I love Bon so much. Bon is my favorite character. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That was genuinely creepy. I heard like a creaky noise, like someone was walking into my house. I'm not even in a house.
Yo, I thought I heard someone outside, but I couldn't have because I wasn't outside.
So, I just love Bon. I love
honestly, Bon and what's her name? Elaine.
Yeah.
Their chemistry is so freaking cool.
Oh my god, their love story almost made me cry.
Oh yeah, that's a big old doozy.
My dear God, and it makes it. I legitimately, before I started this live stream, that was one of the characters I mainly wanted to talk about was Bond because, oh my God, did they do something perfect with Bond? And it
honestly, Bond just brings the perfect sense of like chill. When Meliodas and Bond are together, you basically get the feeling that you can literally
like they're
do
best
anything.
friends. They're best friends.
Not just best friends, they're best dudes.
Yeah,
they're so funny, honestly.
They are. But okay. So if we're gonna go into Bond, I did you expect the whole thing, like why he was considered the Fox and Agreed when you first met Bond?
When I first, I thought I didn't know he had like this crazy backstory. I just thought they were all criminals.
Okay.
I didn't read the manga. I watched the anime first.
Yeah, same. Like originally,
I thought it was cool. There was a whole OVA just straight into Bond's backstory.
Yeah, there was.
I thought was awesome.
I loved it.
I watched it and I loved it.
Okay, so
you have to be a true winner to watch it.
Yeah.
On the sub.
When I first watched it, you would assume because Bond is a thief. It's 100% known that he was a thief.
Yep.
And you would assume because he's the Fox and Agreed, he's considered that because he's a thief.
Yep.
But the crime he committed, it just hurts my heart.
It's not really even a crime.
It wasn't a crime because he technically didn't do it. Technically, he was given it, but he was still condemned as if he stole it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same thing with
you take something, you do something nice, and everyone else just accuses you of doing something wrong. That's why you should just stay at home and watch anime. He lost his dad too.
Yeah, he lost his dad. Well his father figure. His father figure.
Father figure. Yeah.
So
and his sister.
He was considered a thief. Yeah, which his sister died when he was young because he couldn't support her. He then went on to become a thief. He got thrown in jail. He met his father figure, which I can't remember the name for. I'm sorry.
I don't know either.
And then he went on to basically grow an attachment with him. And unfortunately, the dad had to pick either his real son, which was a werewolf or whatever. Were they werewolves or what were they?
Werebeasts.
Something like that. He had to pick either his real son or Bond, and he just decided, I'm gonna go save my son, and left Bond there to get beat because he was stealing. And we don't know what happened to Bond after that. We don't know what happened to Bond after that.
Thrown into jail and stuff.
Yes, but we knew from that point where after the whole beat up scene, we have a huge gap of space there, which, knowing Seven Deadly Sins, there's probably going to be another tragic backstory in there. So, in it then, we have a time skip, and eventually, that time skip, he turns up the
Fountain of Youth.
He goes to try to steal from the Fountain of Youth, which there he meets Elaine. And dear God, did this whole thing just... I didn't expect that.
Oh my God.
Just... That entire backstory is the reason why I love Bond.
You see, like, the thing about Bond is he may be immortal, but he's only human. And so...
Technically, he's not. Because he's considered undead. He's the reason why... Because remember, every member of the Seven Deadly Sins is of different race.
Yeah. Bond is human.
No, Escanor is human. Bond is undead.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
That's what I heard.
He may be undead, but he's only got the stats of a human. How about that? Let me meet you halfway. Because his abilities are only human. While he may not be human, he has the stats of a human. And so when he tries to use his abilities, right?
Yeah, he's limited by
in season 2 when he was fighting Galland,
yeah,
right, and he stole some of his powers.
He can only take so much.
He can only take a certain amount. That's because if
He's
he
human.
takes more, his body will like break. Like he just
He'll
can't
break
take it.
down, and he
It'll
he
hurt
won't be
him.
able.
He can't do it. Even though he's immortal, he just can't take more than his body can't handle.
Yeah.
And while it makes him cool, it makes him probably the weakest link in Seven.
I wouldn't consider that.
He's not the weakest, right? But he just can't. He's just not able to do too much. Like,
Well, the
if
thing
it's
about
one-on-one, then he might be.
the thing about Bond, which a lot of people seem to overlook, at least in the anime point, is that we haven't seen him with his special weapon yet.
I thought that was his nunchucks.
No, his that's not his secret weapon, because remember when King mentioned it, everyone lost it. Theirs. His nunchucks aren't his secret weapon. They do.
No,
they
you mean
are linked
his
to him
holy
stealing.
weapon.
Yeah, his
Or
holy
his
weapon.
Holy weapon?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I thought that. I'm pretty sure that is his nunchucks because he had those. When he was with the knights too. Maybe we're both wrong. I don't know.
I'm looking up online. Let's see. Oh no, it's a sacred treasure. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you have Spirit Spear Chassis Full, which is King's. The Warhammer, which is Diane's. The Twin Bows, which is what you call it? I am Gother, the Ghost of Plus. I love it. I guess you're right. Let me see. No, you're right, huh?
Oh.
I thought everyone lost it.
Oh yeah, your mic's messing up.
Yeah, because I'm live streaming also.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Bond said his was stolen though.
I think that was. Maybe he was lying. I don't know.
I mean,
or maybe he just hasn't gotten it back. Because remember, the wiki could be using the manga on the anime.
Well, it's showing that it is, and like you said, it might not be right. But I'm pretty sure when everyone was describing it, Meliodas said he sold his to somebody. Diane says she lost hers. And I'm pretty sure Bond said his was stolen.
Well, Bond's a big dummy, so maybe he's just pulling everyone's legs.
Which is, I think it's supposed to be like to match everyone's, because Meliodas sold his to get it to buy the tavern.
Yep.
I know that.
Yep.
So, where are we going with it? Oh, Sacred Treasures.
Oh, I was gonna say that Bond's only human and he can't do too much. So while he has great abilities, it's not like his body just can't handle it. So
Bond can also steal
and so later
people's
on in the
hearts.
manga, he goes through an arc where he just becomes ridiculously overpowered, just like everyone else. So. Yeah, he's gonna get good. He's gonna get real good.
I don't doubt that. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the wiki yet. I'm gonna look at the wiki. So,
Next.
I kind of want to talk more about Bond because I love Bond.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Okay, so
Bond is best.
where we left off was Bond meets Elaine, and he meets Elaine. We see like, oh, he wants to have the fountain of youth and everything because he wants to be immortal. I think he went there originally because he wanted to save his dad. I can't remember. Or no, because his dad told him about it and he wanted to do it.
Yep.
And Elaine kept stopping him.
When he keeps trying to get it, eventually she tells him that it'll kill the whole forest, and he's like, oh, alright, I guess I'm done.
Yeah, but it was also, for some odd reason, the forest was saving Bond.
Yeah.
So Bond just kept going back up, the forest kept saving him, and just or like Elaine pushed him off, and the Force saved him. And it just led her to question it, and it's like, well, if you get this, then this Force will die. It's like, Bond's like, alright.
He's like, oh, alright.
Then I'll stop.
I'm done.
And then Elaine read his mind, and then we just knew, and like, she wanted to know Bond's true intentions, and lo and behold, he was telling the truth. He was done. And then you just have like this nice little scene where Bond just, for some reason, doesn't go away.
Where they're bonding.
Yeah, they're bonding, and Bond's just there watching with her and just hanging around.
Yep.
And eventually, Elaine starts developing this crush on Bond.
Yep. She develops a nice, good old crush.
And this is when.
With...
And this is where it just gets amazing to me. I just love Bond. So, and this becomes, Elaine starts to wish that Bond went there to steal her instead. Steal her away from this responsibility that she never asked for, because King was supposed to be the one watching over it, as King of the Fairies. But as we'll talk away. About, he doesn't run away, technically.
Oh yeah, that was before.
We'll discuss that when we get to King, but we know that all the stuff leads to them being around together, they fall in love with each other, and then the demon attacks.
Yep.
The demon attacks, and both of them are about to die. Like, that's pretty obvious. Both of them are about to die.
Bond wants her to drink the Fountain of Youth,
so she can survive.
She gives it to him.
And so basically, Bond wants her to survive. Elaine wants him to survive. And when Bond thought that she drank it, she kissed him and poured the elixir into Bond's mouth as they kissed. Which led to... They were both stabbed, and this led to Elaine dying and Bond surviving, but being known as the person who destroyed the forest and stole the Fountain of Youth.
Oh. GG. Yeah, so that's pretty kind of tragic, honestly.
Yeah, sorry, my mom came in the room. So basically, they have this whole thing, and Bond survives because now he's immortal. He can heal all his wounds pretty quickly now, and Elaine dies, and he ended up killing the demon. To which Bond made a vow from that day to find a way, to revive Elaine, and B, to restore the forest.
Yep, in which case he does restore the forest because he plants the seed and he feeds it his blood every so often. Right?
Yes, because his blood has the immortal elixir in him, or the Fountain of Youth in him.
Yep, Fountain of Youth elixir.
And that's where kind of Bond... Which I don't understand how he did it while he was in jail for about, 10 years?
Well, remember, Meliodas recruits him for,
I mean, Bond could escape at any time. I'm pretty sure, like, every once in a while he would just break out, walk back into his cell, like, oh, hey, how you doing?
Break out, go do the thing, and come back like, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back. How you doing?
What's up, it? What's up? Did you guys miss me? Or what's going on?
Yeah. And I kind of love the idea, though, that... Because it was revealed later on that Meliodas is the only person who has injured Bond since that.
Well, yeah, because his Fountain of Youth abilities are...
Don't say it can't be because of demons, because he has he was completely obliterated by demon powers.
Yeah, but I think it's the cursed flame. I think. Is it? I think it was
Maybe.
a cursed flame.
Maybe.
I don't really know. I haven't read it in a while, so I don't exactly know.
But I just love how it was Meliodas. It wasn't anyone else. It was Meliodas who's done it. Like the only scholar.
And then when they meet up again, they do the cool like rock. No, it's arm
wrestle
wrestling.
and
That's by far the best way. And then they punch each
they
other.
accidentally destroy the barrier that was known to be unbreakable.
Yeah,
by arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, you cannot say that Bond was like considered weak when he did that. He held his own against Galland. He was able to help Elaine and who's the other person he was holding? Because he was holding two people. It was Elaine.
What scene are we talking about?
You remember when Bond finds Escanor?
Oh,
who's he
no,
holding?
he's totally. It's someone else. It's
it's that one Holy Knight, that one girl who
she
developed
got
a crush on Bond.
But he loves someone else, and so it's.
Honestly, I just kind of feel like she started developing the crush when Bond stripped her.
No, I think it was when he saved her. No.
I mean, when a girl usually gets stripped, they usually like, what? I'm embarrassed. Oh wait, you stripped me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, that's different anime.
Yeah. But I feel like that's gonna end up in something big later, because it might happen in the manga already, but I feel like
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, so it hasn't. So I feel like either eventually Elaine's gonna give this woman the permission to be with Bond, or they're gonna have this massive battle to which the winner either gets Bond or Bond's gonna die and give his blood, in a sense, to both of them.
Well,
because if Bond's blood is considered immortal, why doesn't he give it to Elaine's body? Because technically, if he gives the blood to Elaine, it's still her drinking from the Fountain of Youth, isn't it?
Because she's, I don't know.
Because she's,
man, I just read it. I don't write it. All right, I just read it. I don't write it. Like when you ask a store manager why they do this, and it's like, look, man, I only work here. Okay, I don't know why they make all the rules. Okay.
I don't like that.
But I don't know. Right.
Okay, I think we talked about Bond enough. Even though you can
Bond
never talk about Bond enough.
Yeah.
There's literally no way in hell you can ever talk about Bond enough, but I think we should move on to another character, or we're gonna really be sitting here talking about Bond for the next couple hours.
Take your pick. I chose the last one. You take yours.
We should probably go in order again, and the next one in order is Diane, because we kind of skipped Diane's order anyway.
Yep.
So
you start.
I mean, we both kind of started with Bond, because you basically gave a short summary, and I went into long detail, Bond is best. So I think you should go in with Diane first.
No, I think you should start with Diane.
You should think...
Please, I insist.
You don't like Diane, do you?
I'm not the biggest Diane lover.
Okay, that's kind of understand. Okay, fine. I'll start with Diane. So we all know Diane was introduced into the story as she was a giant. She wants to be small because she wants to be able to love Meliodas and not crush him. But even though, for whatever reason,
kill him.
Yeah, even though she can legitimately hug him and beat the living shit out of him and do barely nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But we know that... What was I going to go with this? She went on to basically love Meliodas because Meliodas saved her from a bunch of normal humans who was basically threatening her when she was a kid. Was it a kid? when she was young. Meliodas saved her
Yeah.
from people who were threatening her, and she developed feelings for him there. Will this work? Yeah, it works. But that wasn't the first person that was introduced to her, because later on we found out that King actually knew her when she was basically a baby. Which, again, that throws me off, because this is now the second character in the show to which an adult was introduced to a young girl and who would later fall in love with them.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
This was the second one, and that kind of throws me off a sense, because why wouldn't it? But so basically, King, who we still will get into later, knows Diane. He takes care of Diane. Diane develops a crush very young on King, which okay. Diane makes King promise that he will love her.
I don't remember that.
What?
I don't know.
Then what was what was Diane's promise to, or like King's promise to Diane?
I don't know. I think he just has a crush on. I think he just had a straight up crush on her. Honestly. It's been a while since I've seen season 1. Okay, season 1 is not my favorite.
Okay. So basically,
But I do like the idea that like she.
So
she's getting. I like that. I think that's it's a good chemistry between her and.
After the whole thing with King, she ended up finding a giant village, right?
No,
before?
her mind was warped by Gother, and
No,
then she.
Before that. Okay, when did she originally was in that giant rock structure where she was being trained to be
I think that was
a warrior? Was that before or after King?
I think before. I mean,
I think you're right, because I think she left home and that's why she was in that cave. I think you're right, because she didn't want to hurt anyone.
Well, she was like a baby. Maybe I don't know. Look, man, I don't.
I think it was because like her friend was killed or something like that.
Yeah.
And then eventually, her mentor was No, wait. No, it was after, because
they were betrayed by humans, and then Meliodas meets up with them, and
no. This is what I think. This is what happened. The whole thing with King happened. She ended up finding a giant village. She was being trained to be a warrior. Her best friend committed suicide, I think.
What? No, because
No?
they were doing a job for the humans. I know that because it was in season 2. Right? They were doing some sort of job for the humans.
No, like her best friend, not the one that
Yeah, I think her best friend was her mentor or something.
No, her best friend. The mentor was the other giant. She had a best friend where she was.
Chick?
What?
Blonde chick?
I think so. It was another giant, and remember she wanted to marry someone big just so she didn't have to be a warrior anymore. No?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that she wanted to. She was like roommates with somebody, and she didn't want to fight either. So she ended up trying to marry someone, so then she didn't have to fight anymore. She can just live happily.
Oh yeah.
And then Diane.
I don't know if it was marriage, but
I think she just died.
Well, I think I already said that her.
I don't know. So then you have her
you
go
can tell
on.
How much we care about.
Yeah.
Tell how much
So-
we care about this.
So Diane goes on on a mission with the leader, which I honestly don't remember the name of. Like that.
Yeah, me either. It's been a while since I've seen Seven Deadly Sins. So.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too, and frankly, I guess her character is relevant right now because she's kind of with Diane, but So basically, we have that whole thing, and she ends up dying, to which, or she was thought to be dead, because obviously no one can ever be thought to be dead without, you have to actually be dead to be considered it. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to know 100% they're dead, which is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So basically, you have all that. Diane ended up running away, being found by Hugh. After, like, before all this, Meliodas met her and all that. Before all this, I think it was while she was in training, she met Meliodas and got saved.
I thought it was after, like, her teacher.
No, because I think it was before, and that's why when she saw Meliodas again, she felt safe and like, oh yeah, she's supposed to be executed. She's considered the serpent sin of envy, the serpent sin of envy, because she was thought to be killing the one. My apologies, I'm stuttering a lot.
Do you have like a Wikipedia pulled up?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure she's considered a serpent sin of envy because she went on to, or she was considered the one to kill the master, like the giant who was training her, and that she was envious of her. That's what the whole thing about her was.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
And that's what I believe anyway. I'm not 100% sure. So, they considered her the sin of envy, to which she ended up supposed to be killed. Meliodas stopped them and basically recruited her there because she's a giant and she was strong. Then the story continues, yada yada. She ended up being found in the the White Forest. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
She ended up being found.
Yeah, I find it funny. They get put in like electric chains, and then they just like casually break out of them.
Yeah.
In season 1, that's what I found funny.
Well, the whole idea was he wasn't using his full power either because he wanted them to know that, hey, I'm being controlled. And he's like, cool. You weren't strong enough to capture me anyway. So. Personally, I just think Diane as a character, she is jealous a lot because remember she was jealous of like Meliodas even being around Elizabeth. So that was the original idea why I thought she was the sin of envy, which you see like that's the idea with a lot of characters. Like Meliodas, he seemed to be the strongest. That's why you would think he was the sin of wrath. But in actuality, he accidentally destroyed an entire town because he was mad. Or Bon, he was you would think because he was a thief, he was the sin of greed. But in actuality, he didn't steal the thing that he's considered the sin of greed for. It was given to him. Diane was considered a sin of of envy because she was considered to be jealous of someone else's power, even though she wasn't even the one that killed them. And it's going to continue that way with the characters coming up also. And the only one it really makes sense for is Escanor.
Yeah, because he's son of Pride. He's freaking. I'm pretty sure he like killed a couple dudes because.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about Diane with, or no?
I think I'm good.
Okay, let's just skip into Escanor. Let's skip into Escanor.
Okay.
Screw Merlin. Screw King. Screw Gother. Let's go straight in Escanor.
Okay.
I feel like you want to talk about it a little bit more than I do.
I mean, I like Escanor. He's pretty cool.
What the fuck is... Oh, it's a normal skeleton. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, Escanor's pretty cool, you know.
That's it?
Yeah. You know, I don't know how he got his powers. The manga doesn't even specify how he got his powers.
No, that's his normal powers. Like, you know how
born with them.
like Meliodas has full counter and everything?
Yeah. His magic is sun magic or whatever.
So Meliodas has like full counter and all that. His is called Sunshine.
Full counter is like the anime of No You.
No You. I said that earlier.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, I was in the car driving, so it's not like I can just check my phone. Honestly, great. Yo, check out this cool magic move I'm gonna use to kill you. No You. Oh shit.
Oh shit! I think I lost my building, which would be sad. Yeah, I said that earlier. It was great. I love Meliodas because of that. Oh no! I think I lost my building. Cool. Oh no! I mean, it's what I can go find it later. I'll just have to retrace my steps on the thing. That's when I explore a little bit of my wells. So you know like Escanor or like Meliodas he has the full counter ability. Bon has the ability where he can like take your power or steal from you. I think it is because you can like steal things from you. That's Escanor's ability. Oh, there's my building. Escanor's magical ability is called Sunshine.
Too. Yeah, Sunshine. His magic burns people or whatever.
No, it's considered.
He's also got like the stock.
It's considered Sunshine because he has the power of the sun. Like he can create his most powerful move is Cruel Sun, I believe. And the idea of it is, as the sun becomes bright at its peak at noon, that's when he's the most powerful, and he'll slowly decline. Like he'll slowly get more powerful in the morning, but slowly get less powerful towards the evening. That's his power of Sunshine.
Of course, I know that.
And that's his magical abilities. That's it.
Yep.
So,
I also like how we got introduced to a couple people. It's like, hey, this guy's OP. Look at him. What? No, he's not. And like 12 hours later, oh god, he's OP. Ah.
I just love how like Escanor was originally just like buried. Like, oh my god, did we accidentally kill him? No, you could not do that to me, because I am the lion sin of pride, Escanor. I just love that. Like, oh, it's down. Must have not changed it. Yeah. I just love that so much. And Escanor, obviously his tragic backstory is that he was supposed to be a prince. He accidentally broke his brother's arm.
Oh.
To which,
because he's got the power of pride or whatever, and he gets stronger as the day goes on. So.
Yeah. So when his brother started beating him up, he basically Escanor turned around, bitch slapped him, and accidentally broke his leg. To which, for some reason, his parents consider that
that's against like the law or something. I mean, hurting people for no reason that's against.
I think it was it was considered a curse, and his brother tattled on him like, "Oh, Escanor broke my leg because he's such a mean boy," and his parents like, "Get out!"
Stupid piece of shit. Fuck you.
And Escanor ended up being saved by somebody in the kingdom, and went on to be like a lot of skips later, basically fell in love at first sight with Merlin, and is really his love for Merlin's really the only reason why he joined the Seven Deadly Sins. Like,
yeah, he's got the hots for her pretty bad.
Yeah. Like, both forms of him. The shy one where he basically will do anything for Merlin in that form. And his prideful form, which is why I guess, is it right to consider that he is actually embodiment of pride when half of him is...
Yes, because no matter what happens, because when he was hurt by the other full counter, he was like, oh, and so no wonder this attack hurt me. Because it was my own attack that hurt me.
No wonder this attack hurt me. Or scratch hurt a little.
Like, no wonder
because it was my own
attack. My own attack.
Doesn't No You also double it?
Yep, No You also doubles it.
No wonder I was hurt, because it was my own attack at twice its strength.
The ultimate No You.
I love that. I just love how prideful Escanor in the day is, and just how wimpy he is at night. I just love that, and obviously like I said, he was only joined the Seven Deadly Sins because of his hots for Merlin, and that's really all there is about Escanor. We don't know that much in the anime. We might know more. There might be more information on him in the manga, but I'd rather keep it a secret.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well. Okay. So, who do you want to go into next? We have Gother, Merlin, and who's the other one? King.
I don't know. I guess you did choose. Let's do King.
King. You start off. Or you want me to?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so King, he like kind of left the Fairy Kingdom to go be Seven Deadly Sins or whatever.
What?
He left Elaine at the...
What?
Am I wrong?
Yes, completely!
Oh.
What the... Ryan!
Ryan! Alright, he left because he wanted to go be with humans.
No.
Because he didn't want to do it.
No?
Alright, so he just didn't want to do it?
No.
Alright, yeah, I'm sorry, you do. Alright, so you do his best story and I'll start
so King originally... The original idea of why he left was to go stop his friend. I forget his friend's name. But he went to go stop him from killing people. Oh wait, no, not to kill people. He thought he was in danger because the humans were stealing the fairy wings. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He thought his friend was in danger. He heard that people were stealing fairy wings, and turns out that his friend actually killed the humans and ended up beating up King in the process and knocked him into the river that ended up taking him away and giving him amnesia. Which, since we're on King, I'm going to talk about this now. I kind of hate the idea of amnesia, especially with Diane and King's love story. Like, it plays massive roles for no reason. And it affects both of them for no reason. Because originally, King had amnesia, which is why he ended up in the cave with Diane originally, because he didn't know where he was supposed to be, and he didn't know really anything else.
Yep.
To which King eventually got his memory back, and had to go stop his friend from going to kill humans.
Yep. His weapon's really cool too.
I love the Spirit Spear. It is such a great weapon. So, basically, King goes off and to go stop his friend, to which he does. I don't think he killed him.
No.
Because you can only resurrect somebody so many times before their mind is gone. So maybe he was resurrected. I don't know. But I don't remember. It's not that I don't know, so I don't remember. I guess that's the same thing. But he ended up doing it and having to go face the sentence because he's the fairy king, and yet he didn't deal with his own subject sooner, who was going around slaughtering villages. And you probably don't remember this, Ryan, because apparently you don't know King.
Well, look,
the reason he remembered was because the village that he made friends with Diane, they were slaughtered. Mm-hmm. To which King ended up remembering, went to go fight his friend. He ended up fighting his friend. He won. He decided to go face the punishment because of it, and this is why he was considered the what was his animal?
Sloth King. The sloth.
Is it sloth?
Oh, sloth.
I know it's the blank sin. No, it's the bear sin of sloth.
Yeah, sloth sin.
Yeah, I know it's a sloth sin. I was asking what his animal was.
Stupid.
Because to their best knowledge, Harley Quinn just kept letting this happen. And Harley Quinn accepted it, went to jail, was later released by Meliodas, being asked to join the Seven Deadly Sins, and he joined. To which he reunited with Diane. Lo and behold, Diane has amnesia and doesn't remember King.
Mm-hmm.
King obviously remembers her and remembers the promise he made, which we discussed earlier, which I'm pretty sure was that he would love her forever. It was something like that. It was something really sappy.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is later, throughout being in the Seven Deadly Sins, he didn't know anything about Bond and all that. When he finally when the Seven Deadly Sins split, he went back to his homeland. He found out, oh shit, my homeland's destroyed. Who is the cause of it? Reads the newspaper. It was Bond. So now he's there blaming Bond for the entire forest being destroyed, which, as we explained earlier, was not the case.
And he just didn't know.
He ended. We just want you to
he fucking killed. He did that.
Just take everyone else out.
Right, as soon as we finish this, I gotta go. That's making food.
Okay, well, I'll rush this a little bit more, so we can just finish all the characters and then end the stream. So King eventually reunites with Bond whenever they're going. Bond and everyone else. I think it was Meliodas, Bond, and Meliodas, Bond, and Diane at the time. He ended up rejoining the group, but still having a disdain for Bond because Diane was there, and Diane said, "No, you don't kill," and Bond was there like, yeah, it's not like you could kill me anyway. So he ended up joining until he can find a way back. Because he also, by this point, he didn't know the whole love story between Elaine, even though Elaine, she kind of knew because Elaine wasn't resentful towards Bond. Because remember, they were in the land of the dead.
Yep.
He wasn't resentful towards him, and Elaine basically told King, "Yeah, I'm not mad at Bond. I love Bond. Go help him." So
he's my home dog. Don't hurt him.
Yeah, don't hurt him. And continues onward, and basically King goes on to figuring out the entire story and feeling bad about wanting to kill Bond and fossilizing him in the land of the dead because he found out it wasn't his fault. It was his sister who did everything, and it was his sister's idea. Bond was actually there trying to fix the entire problem he created and all that kind of jazz. To which later on we find out Diane gets her mind erased, which yeah, why not? And we find out later that Diane actually does remember King and all her promise, which now she doesn't remember because Gother and I just really hate.
Stupid
I
bird.
really hate that idea so much.
Mhm.
So that's basically King. Anything you want to add to it?
Nope.
Gother, because we're just got into him. So you want to go?
Gother's a doll, but
Yeah.
Gother's a doll from. Wait, did you know that?
Yes, I know Gother's a doll.
Oh, Gother's is basically a doll created by Gother, one of the
Demons.
demon fucking commandments from
Yep.
3,000 years ago. And when the original Gother dies, he's Gother's just like, hey, go do whatever you want. And so Gother, do you know about Gother meeting the girl?
Yeah. Okay. I do know, and it's a little bit fuzzy, so you probably might remember it better than me.
I'll have to tell you later, because my dad's gonna get pissed if I don't fucking know.
Okay, but my best knowledge of it is that Gother fell in love with the girl. The girl ended up.
He fell in love with her, and she was
dying,
and he ripped out her heart. Something happened, and I think she died or something. Like she had a
Gother,
heart attack.
she died, but Gother was still there, fucking the dead corpse.
No, he was just.
Or something like that.
He ripped out her heart or something.
Yeah, he was basically still doing lustful deeds to the body, and that's why that was his sin. He went to jail because he was considered lustful towards this now dead woman that he was. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if he killed her or someone else killed her, and he was mourning and doing all this stuff.
He accidentally killed. I think he accidentally. No,
something like that.
He wasn't actually lusting her body.
Yeah, basically. I think he was just mistaken.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He takes out his heart and does something to her. I don't know.
Yeah, he tries doing all the stuff, but it was
and
mistaken.
Then he erases his
all
own
that
memories too.
Yep, and it continues. It continues like that. Gother eventually joins the Seven Deadly Sins, which Merlin makes him a special makes it a special armor because he's considered a boy.
It's still him. Not a special armor, a special pill.
It's basic. The armor was mainly created to help him control his power. So he does that. He joins the Seven Deadly Sins. He's wearing that armor like everyone else is, because everyone in the Seven Deadly Sins wore armor. And Gother was considered the goat sin of lust and he has probably.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're gonna have to finish this without me, brother.
Okay. Bye, Ryan.
Good talking to you.
Good talking to you too. Bye. Okay. I'm gonna still kind of rush this because my voice is starting to die because I talked more than Ryan in that. So, Gother was considered the goat sin of lust because they considered him being lustful towards the dead body. He was thrown in jail. He was later released by Meliodas. Meliodas recruited him for the Seven Deadly Sins. He joined. Merlin made him the armor. The armor helped him control. It's either control or, I guess, null his abilities a little bit. To which Gother used the armor later on to stop a person from dying, I guess. I'm pretty sure he used the armor to stop a person who was reacting to the demon blood wrong. So he was like transforming, and Gother's like, here, wear my armor. It will nullify the change, which it did. And later on, he ended up cutting off the head of the person, which we do later find out is one of the Holy Knights' father, who was trying to kill them and all that. But we're not going to get into that in this video because of all that. I wasn't even expecting to talk like one-on-one about this because I just wanted to go over the story originally. But then Ryan joined, and I was going to start with Meliodas and just like talk about him before like all this and that. So I'm sorry if this seems a little bit off, because it's a little bit more off than I wanted it to be from what I originally planned. But he was released from jail from Meliodas. Meliodas recruited him, the armor he used to save somebody's life, ended up killing the person because it was a special assassin's task to, quote-unquote, stop the armor, or stop the person in the armor, which he did. or bring me the head of the person wearing the armor, something like that. So they stopped the armor, but and since it wasn't technically their mission to kill Gother, they didn't, and they let him all scotch-free. And to which Gother would later, I guess, cause more problems than fix problems, because he can rewrite memories. I love his bows. Like, he has the ability to make people fall in love with him and change their memories and all that kind of stuff. I love Gother, but I kind of hate the idea that since he's trying to learn because he doesn't have a heart of his own, which I'm pretty sure Ryan tried explaining earlier. I think he actually did try giving the heart to the person to try saving them, but since he doesn't have a heart of his own, he's trying to learn all these emotions and figure them out to a point, and this would lead to Gother basically hypnotizing someone, the person who... Okay, this is where it comes a little bit off for me. I guess you can see this is a little bit sadistic. He erased the mind of the daughter of the father that he killed. That made any sense. That's where it comes a little bit, I guess, sadistic. Cause, damn, what else are you going to do to this poor family? You made the sister forget she had a brother just so you can be like the #1 priority to this woman. And yeah, we later figure out that Merlin has the ability to transform Gother from human to doll form, and I think vice versa, and all that. And that's really about it for Gother. I don't want to go into season 2 too much about this. I guess I can go. I want to talk about season 2, or I guess season 3 in a sense, but because we did that a lot already. But I kind of want to spend like my own video just talking about Bond, honestly. So I might do that later also. I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna make a video discussing Bond and Gother, because those are my 2 favorite characters, and then you have Escanor as third. Like, for anyone who thinks Escanor is my favorite, no, I love Bond, and then I love Gother, because Gother, I love his catchphrases. I am Gother, ghost of us, sparkle. I used to say that a lot, because he was legitimately my favorite for a while, until Bond's entire story, which... So, if I'm missing anything for Gother, I'm sorry. My voice is dying and I don't want it to completely die. I'm going to skip on to Merlin. Merlin was a character who we don't know too much about. She's considered the pig... No, not the pig. The boar sin of gluttony. And it's not because it's the reason you would think. From my best understanding of Merlin was considered the gluttony sin because she... And, well, for one, her ability is infinity, meaning she can literally cast a spell on you and you'll never run out of mana for her. Because it doesn't take mana over time, the spell can last forever and not take anything on her. And I think she has like a spell on her making her forever youthful. And since she has infinity, it's not taking any mana from her to use it, and it's just greatness for her. But if I remember correctly, the reason why she was considered a gluttony, she was always striving for more knowledge, to which she ended up she was living in a city that was neutral. But it was in between the goddesses and the demons' war. She ended up befriending both of them. She ended up taking the secrets of both of them, and to which they both destroyed her city, but she escaped. So that's why she was it, because she was glutton for knowledge. Like I said, each one of these is not for the reason you would think, except for Escanor. And I think Escanor is really the only character that fully goes into his sin, which honestly I'm not even mad for, because if you really want to get into it, Escanor is really not the only one of the sins who didn't do anything wrong. Meliodas destroyed a town, Bond was just a general thief, and I don't want to say Bond did anything wrong, because the reason why he was considered as a deadly sin is for the wrong or why he went to jail originally is for the wrong reason and all. But yeah, what's it? King went there because of he was wrongfully accused of being a sloth. Diane was mistakenly thought of for killing somebody. Merlin, I guess Merlin never technically went to jail, but she was not like clear because she did end up killing her entire city because she wanted to know more. Gother went to jail mistakenly for trying. And please, if I got any of this wrong, correct me in the comments. I might be wrong. And then you'd have Escanor. Escanor really didn't do anything wrong. He self-defended himself against his brother, was considered unruly because he did it, was kicked out of his own kingdom, ended up living a normal life, and being discovered by Meliodas and Merlin, to which he fell in love. I think that's one of the better parts about Escanor too. He technically hasn't done anything wrong. And he's not known for doing anything wrong either. It's still a misunderstanding to why he did it, but it isn't like bad entirely, because all he did was broke a leg. The leg could heal. But yeah, there's really not much more knowledge about Merlin other than the fact that she is not human. Like I mentioned with Ryan earlier, each 7 deadly sin is of a different race. Meliodas being demon, Bond being undead, King being fairy, Diane being giant. I don't know what Merlin is. It was just never revealed. Then you have Escanor being human, and who am I missing? Gother being a doll. Yeah, Gother's a doll. Ryan said it earlier. And that's really it for this. I guess that's my rant. I wanted to go into a different route with it, but with Ryan joining and being in the comments, we ended up talking about the characters one by one and what we like and what we don't like about them. So I think that's about it. I'm going to end the stream off here. I'm sorry that I didn't really build a lot. I ended up building this, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. I might change it up because it really feels like it's more like all the lights over here, and I might put like another light over here. What if I take this? Is this a bottom or a top? It's up top. Like that? I guess that makes it better. I'll have to look at it later and decide, because I think there's a little bit more I could add. Like, I don't like the idea of this not having something, so I might add something there. Like, I don't know. Maybe just add like one fletching table to have it a little bit different, and maybe that, because I kind of want that to outgo a bit. And then maybe just put another jukebox there. Just yes, that's what I wanted. Maybe have this be oak. Like this one be oak. I don't know. I'll get back to it later. Maybe actually, not gonna lie, that kind of makes it a lot better. Okay, so that's where I'm ending it off. I'm sorry I didn't build that much. I kind of went more in the rant with Ryan than I wanted to, but I also wanted to do a rant while I played, and apparently I can't multitask right now. I'll have to get better at that, and I'll have to get better at, I guess, composing my thoughts, and if somebody joins, I have to tell them like what I want to talk about and have like a set path on it. So I'm still getting used to it. Sorry if this wasn't what you expected. It wasn't what I expected either. So with that being said, I'm gonna get on out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Also expect Overwatch comp match sometime this week.